Joe Rogan has the biggest podcast in the world, and no matter what anybody says about the number of downloads they get or the size of their show, Joe Rogan will always have the biggest podcast in the world as long as he keeps doing what he's doing. Joe Rogan is the granddaddy of them all. He started his show in the Hollywood Hills in California. Joe Rogan loves California. He's from the entertainment industry, stand-up comic, Fear Factor, and so on. And he was forced to leave. And that created a bitter pill for Joe Rogan. He was forced to leave under Gavin Newsom's tyranny during COVID. He left and fled to Texas. And this, of course, blackpilled Joe Rogan against Gavin Newsom. Unlike anything I've ever seen, Joe Rogan's truly understandable and justifiable hatred for Gavin Newsom is real and comes out all the time in clips like this one.
Nobody wants President Newsom either. Nobody believes in that guy. The guy's a fucking con man. I mean, everything he did in California, from trying to mandate vaccines for kids, when it was totally unnecessary, to being caught out in public without a mask and lying about the fact that he was outdoors.
Yeah.
All of it. It's just, nobody believes in that guy. He's just a politician. Just a stone-cold, narrative-driven politician. You know, and it's nobody thinks he's a real human. Whether you like Trump or not, whether you think he's corrupt or not, that's a human being. You know what that guy is. Same thing with RFK Jr. Whether you believe that he's correct about vaccines or whether you believe his policies would be effective, and you know that's a human being. With Newsom, you've got like this construct, this cardboard cutout of a person.
These clips are great because it actually baits Gavin Newsom into responding. You can see Gavin Newsom here using his little press office bot account to go after Rogan. Joe, little guy Rogan is too chicken to have me on his failing podcast because he'd know I'd crush him. So he takes cheap shots from the peanut gallery as he gets relegated to irrelevancy. All talk, no action. I'm ready when you are, little guy, or keep hiding, Governor Gavin Newsom. This account is a rage bait account. It's run by Redditards, right? And people who truly have real personal problems and real demons. But what I'm saying here is that Gavin Newsom doesn't normally sign off on posts, and this one he did sign off on. And so what is this saying? The saying that it's really gotten under Gavin Newsom's skin. Joe Rogan going after Newsom again and again and again. Gavin Newsom is so bothered by this, he ran to CNN and cried about not being invited on Joe Rogan's show.
But he doesn't have big enough confidence, I didn't go there, to have me on.
Well, you've called him a chicken.
But yeah. He's been attacking for... But here's the thing. These guys, they all have something in common. It's one way. They attack, they belittle, they demean, they take things out of context. But this is a serious thing.
Yeah.
And so often we just sit back and go, oh, God, I really would love to go on. Oh, if Kamala Harris just went on Joe Rogan, she would have won. It's not. It's so much deeper than that. And the unwillingness for a guy like that to even have the common courtesy to attack someone and not have the decency to say, you know what, why don't you have a chance to come on? Let's have a civil dialogue. I've watched you on podcasts with like Sean Ryan, who's a close buddy of his. He had the courage on me have 4 hours.
Right.
Sean Hannity, folks like that. And so if I can go on Sean Ryan and Sean Hannity, what are you worried about? Joe, you're going to cook me, or I'm going to cook myself.
Well, he is cooking himself here. Gavin Newsom obviously is getting dragged constantly. I think it's just so personal to Joe Rogan. I think that's what it is. I mean, when you have to, Joe Rogan's a father, he's a husband, he has a very successful business. When you force somebody to primally fight and to defend their family, to flee, to feel unsafe, to say that you have to take this unproven, untested therapeutic and inject your children with it. This experiment, and we're going to experiment on your children while we lock them inside and keep them from going to the beach and keep them from going to the parks. We're going to lock up the playgrounds. And that affects people on like a core level. It affected me. I had to leave. I left Washington, D.C. during that time, defunding their police, threatened my family. I will be forever moved by that. That's part of now the core ethos of who I am and my hatred for the state. And so I think that's really what is getting into Joe Rogan here. Joe Rogan said he has little desire for Kamala Harris, and he slams Gavin Newsom as an effing con man, cardboard cutout, who tried to mandate unnecessary vaccines. This guy is a con man. Gavin Newsom's California. Number 1 in homelessness, number 1 in poverty, number 1 in retail crime, gas prices, illiteracy, wage stagnation, frivolous lawsuits, unemployment, housing costs, water bills, restrictions on workers, anti-business regulations, income inequality, income tax, gas tax, budget deficit, educational inequality, COVID school shutdowns, COVID business shutdowns, COVID mandates destroyed California. And now it looks like, Kamala Harris is beating Gavin Newsom in the newest Democrat primary polling. This is what I'm talking about. The unhinged lunacy of this account saying that Nick Shirley is a predator, some type of predator or pedophile, because he's going after fraud in California when there are hundreds of millions of dollars of fraud arrests that are happening now in California. The number 1 migration state, outbound migration state from U-Haul. U-Haul growth index here, growth rank number 50 out of 50. California is the absolute bottom basement for people moving out based on the U-Haul tracker. Homelessness in California, of course, has skyrocketed. Gavin Newsom still has some odds in, but it's actually gone down significantly. Gavin Newsom is barely scraping the bottom of the barrel now. AOC, Kamala Harris, John Ossoff. That's because of this. It's all red states, man. Outbound. You have Illinois, New York, New Jersey, 48, Illinois, 49. Blue states, man. Red states, and the red states are winning. Look at this. Florida's number 2. Texas is number 1. That's exactly what you'd expect. Texas is where Joe Rogan lives. And for your viewing pleasure, I have a compilation of Joe Rogan dragging Gavin Newsom. And I hope you enjoy. Here you go.
Bottom of it.
He got shot in the ear, man. I saw his ear. He had like a little mark on his ear.
I remember that. Get Nick Shirley on this shit. He's cracking all kinds of cases.
Bro, the stuff that he just found in California is bonkers.
If you see that guy in your town, you're fucked.
Yeah.
He's a persistent little queef.
Would you see what the governor posted, what Newsom's press office posted? They posted a photo of Nick Shirley, like a fake Nick Shirley, like a meme, like Nick Shirley peeking into windows. Like, hey, he's doing your job. He's uncovering fraud, and what you're doing is mocking him?
Right. You should go, oh, shit, this fraud?
Yeah.
I'm the governor.
They should just open up the investigations into all these places immediately if you cared, but all they want to do is just obfuscate, cover it up, make it look silly.
Yeah.
Make it look like he's something, whatever he is, white supremacist.
Right. MAGA.
Nazi, whatever, MAGA. Come up with a name.
I don't want to get to my kids at a Somali daycare right now, so I don't want to say anything crazy.
Been on Newsom's podcast yet?
I heard it's really good. He would probably have me on. I'm not interested.
I'd like to be asked.
It's not like I'm opposed to talking to Democratic politicians. I'll talk to anybody. But that guy, no, I'm not interested. Yeah.
Is he coming on? He's talking some shit on Twitter.
I know. It's like, you think that's going to work? Like, that's so stupid. Like, this is such a bad look. It's such a bad choice.
There's a little desperation in it.
But it's just stupid. It's like, this is a bad strategy. Like, I probably would have had him on.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, nah, what are you doing?
There is a fun version where you just do it and cook him.
He'll cook himself.
I mean, that
He'll
seems
cook
to be
himself. All you have to
happening.
do is just ask him questions.
Yeah, it's like, why are people leaving?
Well, why do you say this thing all the time where you rattle off all the good things about California? When anybody says something bad about California, it's like, number 1 in Fortune 500 companies, number 1 in higher education, number 1. It was all that shit before you were there. It was all that shit forever. It's because the weather's perfect, man. It has nothing to do with
California.
you. They don't have any faith in Gavin Newsom.
Oh, yeah.
Which is kind of funny because he wants to be president so bad.
That's true what it looks
But
like.
you can't ruin a city and then go on to ruin a state and say, guys, that was just practice.
I know.
Once I get it as a president, I'm going to fix it.
Fix it all.
I mean, it's so crazy, but he's such a great politician. I mean,
No,
he's
he's
so
not.
smooth.
He's
You
not,
don't think
though.
so?
No, I think he's terrible.
How's
It's
he
just
remained in
'cause
power
he
for
has
so long?
Low competition. There's no one who's
there's
good
that.
is competing against him.
I
There's
guess
no
there-
sincerity.
I should say he's not a good. I should say he's smooth. He comes.
I
across
mean,
pretty
he's
smooth.
a good bullshit artist.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But it's like what the things that he says when he gets confronted with things. We're the highest this and the highest that. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
like everybody's leaving.
Yeah.
You have the highest unemployment.
Yeah.
You have the highest homelessness.
Look what they did with Hollywood. You had-
Money's missing. You killed Hollywood.
I
Like
know.
Hollywood doesn't exist anymore. It's literally gone.
That was
you
such an easy one.
mandated vaccines for kids that didn't need them. You guys, he did horrible shit